Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy LOZA, but today we're looking at the head-to-head battles Dark Magician deck. Now, I know his video is about the cost, but we're just looking at it in terms of competitive viability, whether it's decent. Yeah, should be fun. If you do like my content, guys, and if you are liking Master Duel, I've actually got a whole bunch of Master Duel videos. I'm going to leave them down in the description. I've got a deck profile, I've got my ranked climb, and I've got just my pack openings for those who are keen. And if you'd like to subscribe, that would be sick. Only about 50% of my viewers are subscribed, so you know what? The more the merrier. It costs you nothing. All you gotta do is hit a button, and let's get on with this vid.
Player
Wow.
affiliate code.
All right, let's pause it right there. Now he's using Yu-Gi-Oh Omega or YGO Omega to present this deck profile, and you can tell because it's so pretty. So let's see. We're gonna start at the start. Dark Magician at 3. If you're playing Red Eyes, I feel like you really don't want to play 3DM. Like, I'm playing 2DM on ladder right now with pure DM, and I still think 2 is fine. Um, so yeah, even in this deck where you have Red Eyes and DMG, and like cards like Tamias, like yeah, there's a lot of bricky cards going on here. Like yeah, I know Tamias, if he's in the hand with these bricks, he can summon himself, but yeah, that's the only time he's kind of good. If you draw Tamias with like a bunch of back row, like what are you doing, yo? Like he summoning to field and you're passing. So anyway, Red Eyes is fine because like you have to play ref. I've just noticed one ref. Yikes. Anyway, sure. So Tamias at 1. It's okay. It's kind of like Secrets, but worse. I want to say worse. Some people think it's better, but it loses to Imperm and Vela, and they're two of the most played hand traps this format. This current format. What deck doesn't have Imperm Vela in it to hit Sword Soul? None of them. Apprentice at 1, I really rave about this, to be honest. I rave about this. Mainly because, like, you're playing Illusion of Chaos at 3 and you're playing Prep at 3. I think there should be 3s and 3s. You could play 2 of one of them, and if you do play 2 of one of them, it is the Illusion of Chaos. Why that is because it is once per turn, and Prep is not once per turn. Plus, you can play Cerebus, so you got multiple targets. Plus, Prep can be sent off Magician Souls to draw, while Illusion of Chaos cannot. But you might want to play Allure of Darkness with this too. I don't know. Allure's okay. Anyway, bit off topic, but yeah, Apprentice is cool because you essentially have 7 copies of it with the 3 Illusion of Chaos and the 3 Prep. So I like playing it at 1 because you can always find it if you need it, and it's just an extender in your hand if you draw it. It's a fine card. It's not amazing, but it's a subpar card that we can search, so great, play it at 1. DMG at 1, sure, you're going to play a Brick, you can play Mana, Mahad, DMG, they all are trash, let's be real. I still think Mana is the best of the 3, simply because she can summon herself for free, sometimes. I know it's not all the time, but it's sometimes, and that's better than the other 2. Or it's at least better than DMG. Mahad can summon himself sometimes if you draw him, which is awkward, but you can stack him, so that's cool. And DMG is just the worst one, honestly. She interacts with our cards the most, with our spells and traps the most, and yet she's still the worst one. I, of course, have been playing DMG in my Master Duels decks, and she helps me push for game a lot with Salvation up and Dark Magicians and all that jazz, so she's been okay. I've been giving her a bit of crap, but she's actually pretty. Anyway, 3 Rod, nice. 3 Souls, nice. 3 Illusion of Chaos, nice. 3 Pot of Prosperity. I kind of disagree with this just because it clashes with Soul Servant, but you know what? I've been playing Extrav, Pot of Extrav on Master Duel right now. Just trying to bait Ash with it mainly, but also like if they don't Ash it, cool, you draw 2. Like, and Soul Servant's turned off, but like who cares? You just Soul Servant next turn anyway. So I don't mind pot cards. I think if you do play a pot card in DM, you got to play Extrav though, because we need the draw. We need like 2 cards. This only gets 1, so not as good. If you were gonna play this, I'd play Ref like at 3 once again, just because like the chance of seeing it's crazy. The fact that you have another card to bait Ash, just do it. Just play Ref at 3. Anyway, Prep at 3, good. Ref, honestly, this should be a 3 of. Like, the only monsters in this deck we want to summon are Rod and Souls. And if you don't have a way to them, I mean, you always will with Illusion of Chaos. But Prep and Illusion of Chaos bait Ash. This is perfect once Ash is gone. Chalice is perfect with Ref. Chalice is such a good card with Ref. It's just like Droplet or Imperm. You can literally like Imperm one of their monsters or play Ref and they negate it and you chain Chalice and like, you have a great time. It's just crazy. Call by, amazing card with Ref, amazing card with the deck. Cool. Secrets, once again, kind of in the same boat as Tamias. Not that great. I have been using it on Master Duel and I kind of like it. I like it a lot more than I thought, so there you go. Soul Servant, best card in the deck, but it's worse without Anaconda. Luckily, this list is still like Anaconda format time. No ban list is out yet. Yay! I do think he might get hit, but anyway. 3 Circle, that's a yikes. I don't really care what people say. Like, people will be saying, oh, people can play what they want. It's their preference. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but tell me what Circle does. Like, it doesn't do anything. Like, you should be playing Ref at 3 and Circle at 1. Like, those ratios are just so off. Would you ever play Shadow Fusion at 1? Let me put it that way. Imagine you're playing Shadows and you're like, imagine you said I play 3L Shadow Fusion and just the one Shadow Fusion. It doesn't really make sense, okay? It just doesn't add up. Imagine You played one Fusion Destiny. Who's doing that? No one. No one is. And yeah, I know that Fusion Destiny doesn't lock you out of doing other stuff before it, the same way Ref does. But if you're playing Dark Magician, who cares about summoning Rod and Souls? They're the only two things you're going to summon. If you can just skip those steps and get to Dragoon, do it. You're going to put Dark Magician in the grave on the way there. Hello, that turns on Eternal Soul. Hi, that turns on Soul Servant. Hi, that's your deck's purpose. Congrats. Ref is basically a power crap Magician Souls. How do you not see that? People are like, man, I don't want to spend $500 on a playset of Magician Souls. That's an exaggeration, of course. They're probably about 300 to 400. And yet, they won't play Ref at 3. Ref is literally $1. The new printing, the ultra rare, which looks great, by the way, they're like $1. Do yourself a favor. Pick up 3 and freaking play them. Anyhow, let's move off the Ref train. I never talk about Ref, what? Anyway, Salvation at 2, that's a really weird one. 2 Salvation and 2 Eternal Soul. To me, it's not as bad, but it feels like playing 2 Driver and 2 Gamma. It's like, why? Just, why? It's not a fair comparison, but play 1 Salvation, bro. Just play 1. 1 is all you need. When would you ever need more than 1? And yes, this is different to Ref, because Ref summons an impossible to outboss monster for some decks, or an annoying monster for a lot of decks. Salvation sets Eternal Soul. It doesn't let you activate it. It doesn't do much else except summon Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, sorry, or Dark Magician sometimes by switching the two. But it should have been a better. I'm gonna be honest. It should have been a better card. It should let us activate Eternal Soul the turn it's set, like Kaloon does for Virtual World. It's as simple as that. Eternal Soul, good card. You can play it at 2, sure. Play Circle and Eternal at 2. Please don't play them at 3. Play them at 2. Play Salvation at 1. Tell me how it goes. Guarantee you, less bricks. Less bricks in the hand. Guarantee you. Solemn Strike. If you are going to play a trap card, that is a good trap card to play. The problem is you're playing a very strong going second trap card with nothing to go with it. For example, you want to play Solemn Strike with like Torrential Tribute. So when you're forced to go second, set Torrential Tribute, set Strike, goes to your opponent's turn. They're going to summon. You're going to flip Torrential. They're going to be like, hell no, Borrowed Savage, negate. And then you're going to be like, Strike. What are they going to respond with? What in their board of monster combo negates is going to respond to a counter trap? None of them. Unless they hard drew red reboot or like had judgment from turn 1. So the point I'm trying to make is Strike is great because it makes traps better going second. But there's the thing, the rest of the deck doesn't have traps. And like you could argue Solemn Strike's just a good card anyway. And yeah, it is. I agree. But in this case, if you were just going to play 2 Eternal Souls, your only traps, I would cut the strikes and just play hand traps or judgment. Like, play a really strong trap. Don't play a trap that like accompanies other traps well. Yeah, that's just my opinion, but like Solemn Strike to me is like the going second trap card. It's like, hi, you play set 5 and you need to like make sure you can do that and actually resolve your Torrential or like your Ice Dragon's Prison, like your high impact trap cards like your Dogmatic Punishments and whatnot. So to play Strike without any of those is just bizarre to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Hit me up in the comments if you want to dissect my theory there. But that's how I feel about Strike. It is a good card. Don't get me wrong. It is a good card. The Solemn cards are good cards. I just don't think I'd play it without, anything to go with it. Judgment just seems like a better option, especially because people are going to try wipe your back row. They're going to try droplet your monster, Dark Ruler, etc., etc. But anyway, Triple Tactics, another one. If you get Kaiju, you get Kaiju. The extra deck, Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. Interesting because, like, there's no Imduk here. Kind of sucks. Obviously, you can summon it with Timaeus. And cool, you got 7 ways to Timaeus, so that's why I think Timaeus at 1 is fine. And that's cool, actually. Yeah, Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight 1's fine. This is the problem, I guess. The Dark Master, a lot of people realized very quickly, within the first week, this card is not that great. People are like, oh, it can board wipe. Yep. You know what else can board wipe? You summon Dragoon, bro, and then you go pop, pop. And if your opponent tries to stop you, you freaking negate. Like, what does this card do? Does it have protection? No. Does it have a pop effect? Kinda. Do you need a tribute monsters for it? Yeah. What do you need a tribute? A light in the dark? Oh. Do you want to tribute itself? Not really. So you're just going to lose 2 monsters, including itself probably, to nuke their field, to banish their field? It's kind of shit. It doesn't have protection. Its effect when it goes to the grave is to add a spell from graveyard or deck to hand. Like, great. But by then, like, you fucking lost. Like, the game's over. I don't understand. Yeah, on summon it revives, like, a light or dark from grave or something. Like, or just any monster. It's just not that great, guys. And it's hard to make. It's too awkward to summon. You have to use, like, secrets with Illusion of Chaos in hand and Dark Magician somewhere. Like, what the fuck, bro? If I wanted a monster that was hard, just like that, weird to summon, I'd want it to be broken, like Dragoon. Dragoon is just better. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It's just better. Just don't even bother. So anyway, you can see 2 Dragoon. Absolutely great. I would play a Magical Eyes just to make, another way to make Dragoon because why not? Then you have 4 ways to make Dragoon. I think that's really good. Especially because like Souls is always going to be in your hand now, like, and Pot of Prosp will help you get like your Souls or you can see Magic Eyes off it even, like, it'd be cool. 2 Dark Magicians. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Anyone who's played the Dark Magicians knows you only ever are going to summon that once in a game. If a game's going that long that you can actually like make a way to a second one that's not through like Monster Reborns reviving the first one, bro, what deck are you versing? Are you versing like a freaking control mirror? Like, surely you can just play better cards at that point. Like, you don't need to recycle secrets just to make another Dark Magician. Like, surely you'd rather sit on Dragoon, you'd rather sit on the Black Luster Soldier Link 3, you'd rather sit on Dark Magician the Dragon. Like, there's just better cards to sit on. Once you've made one, and it's been outed, you never feel like you want to make another one. It's not like Dragoon. With Dragoon, you're like, I want Dragoon, and then you have it. If they kill it, you're like, I want another one. So yeah, it's not really just an oppressive card. That card is kind of a missed opportunity. It should be Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl on the field. I think I've said that a lot, so let's move on. Big Eye, Flare Metal, and Ebon. That is the best rank 7s for Dark Magician in my opinion, so very nice job. They could play Naruto, but they really like aren't going to see the Apprentice and the Souls into DMG that much. So yeah, that's a thing you could consider here, Naruto and Zeus. I would probably just play Zeus as well if you were playing any XZs. Like, you may as well always play Zeus. Zeus is crazy. Access Code, very good card in general, and really good because we play Selene, which can get into it. So yeah, kudos to them. Selene Access Code's good. It's weird that he's not playing the Dark Link, the Dark Charmer, because that's kind of like Hulk, like a cheat way to get into Selene, to get into Access Code. And like, what deck doesn't have Darks in the grave and will always have a Dark? You can even play the Light Charmer if the meta changes because you just link Rod into Artemis. Speaking of Artemis, there's no Artemis, and that's dog shit. So many times in Master Duel I've used Artemis to recycle Rod when I've just had Rod and no other like DM cards. It honestly can save you the game. It honestly can save you the game. Like, you draw Rod with a bunch of back row and you're like, well, I guess I'm playing next turn, and you just try prevent the opponent from playing, and then it comes back to you. Cool, you get to recycle Rod because you flipped the spell trap in your opponent's turn, tribute Artemis, grab Rod back. Great. You get to keep playing. It's not just like a game loss. It's really nice. Please play Artemis, guys. It's crazy good. Nightmare Phoenix and Cerberus, don't get me wrong, like, and Unicorn. The Nightmare cards are good. If you, like, don't know what to put in an extra deck, these are fine cards to just slap in. But you just have better options in Dark Magician. The deck is figured out. You'll notice they don't have Link Spider or Imduk. That is so stupid. Like, you always want to be looping that Dark Magician, especially in this deck. You got 3. You got 3 Dark Magician and not many ways to get it off the field. The only way to get this Dark Magician off the field is Link 2. So that means you need another card. Like, in simplified game states where you just have, like, Circle Eternal Soul DM, and you're just looping DM to, like, stay alive and banish, or even just Eternal Soul DM and you're just looping it to not die, having that Link Spider or that Imduk can be crucial to making something like Anaconda, crucial to just preventing your opponent from getting anywhere, maybe making the Link 2 Dark Charmer. Like, guys, like, play Link Spider and maybe Imduk. Like, both is preferred. Speaking of Anaconda, we probably should have a second one here, but he's not playing the Magic Light, so that makes sense. And he's not playing multiple ref, which is silly in my opinion. So yeah, it's just kind of shocking how bad some of our cards can be compared to Shadow cards. Or Invoke cards, like, in general. I know Dark Magician's kind of the jack of all trades, like, it aims to do everything, Ritual, Fusion, XZ, like, bit of everything, but it doesn't do anything well, so that's always going to be its problem, unfortunately. Dragoon was our one blessing, and half the DM fan base hates it, because they're cucks, I'm not sure why, or they are like, oh, you know, they're like, oh, it's too OP, wow, wow, Konami made bannable card, wow, wow. Like, wow, the deck could be good, and you're complaining. Like, imagine complaining that you got a good card. I will never understand those people. I think they're on a different wavelength. Anyway, that's enough rambling from me. Have yourself a great day/night. Check out some of my other content if you liked it, and hit that MF subscribe button. Laters.